We are back for our final matchup of the night, chat. For those of you who have stuck around, thank you very much for doing so. For those of you who are just coming on in, we are going to be kicking off Timber's Army versus El Matador very, very soon. Now, if you guys missed the first matchup, let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule to see real quick what happened earlier on. So, almost 2 hours ago, we had Axe and Rose versus Steel Army, our final match in the SGL Championship for this week. And Steel Army came out convincing 3-0 winners. Meanwhile, of course, in the premiere, Timber's Army versus El Matador is coming up next. We have KC Calder versus Frontera Chrome tomorrow. And then Sounders RC versus La Cinco Doce, which is yet to be scheduled, but possibly going to be scheduled on Sunday. As for the standings, you can see that the championship is developing into a 2-horse race. And you're starting to see like 3 to 4 tiers right there. The top 2, the middle 2, the remaining 2, and then I guess Los Verdes. Unfortunately for them, they are the worst team at this time. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, it's way, way closer. Frontera Chrome, 1 point behind Timber's Army because they lost 3-1 to La Cinco Doce last week. Timber's Army are now going to face El Matador. Timber's Army can extend their lead right here. With that said, they probably want to get a win to keep themselves at the top. El Matador have been getting back into title contention. Now, this table may show you right now that El Matador is above La Cinco Doce, but in fact, it is the other way around. It is La Cinco Doce over El Matador. At least that's how it should be. Because La Cinco Doce won their match against El Matador, so whilst everything is tied right here, they are ahead in the head-to-head. So for El Matador, this is a big match. If they can get the win over Timber's Army, that will be absolutely massive for them. Meanwhile, Emerald City RC, they already faced EM Dallasburg. That went 5 games, which is why after their victory, now they're tied on points with Frontera Chrome, but with 1 fewer win. All right. Speaking of Timber's Army versus El Matador, here's what they look like right now. That does not look right. Those Timber's Army standings do not make any sense because I'm sure they're not the 1 to 3 team. It's the other way around. Yeah, this looks off. Okay, let's see if we can get that fixed up. Sorry, bear with us for a sec, chat. All right, what does it look like right now? There you go. Now it's refreshed. Meanwhile, in chat, Skyline does it yet again. They're freaking dropping he's freaking dropping 100 bits. He's saying, try to get the lobby together. We need a few extra minutes. Here's some bits for your distress. Well, thanks for letting us know that you guys are going to be late. Good to know. Hopefully not too late. Because we are at the kickoff time. Six in chat saying, shade thrown at Timber's Army. Hey, look. That overlay needed to correct itself. And finally it has. So here's what they look like. I mean, Timber's Army have had a really strong start after losing in 5 games to Frontera Chrome in week 1. They have yet to lose. They've had a really good season so far. Meanwhile, on the El Matador side, started off beating EM Dallasburg, but then they lost 2 games in the process, one of them against the same Frontera Chrome team. However, recently they've been coming back, beating KC Cauldron and Emerald City RC in the league as well as in the cup. So for them, they might be able to get back into title contention if they beat Timber's Army. If they sweep Timber's Army, they'll be tied on points, and it'll be an insane race at that moment. But in all honesty, with how Timber's Army play, it is very tough to hold them back to a sweep. They are guaranteed to get 1 game, courtesy of their incredible attack. I mean, these guys are very, very aggressive. They will push for quick shots. They will use their individual skill level to propel themselves forward. And in particular, Loy Boy is the player to highlight. I mean, he has been the star again this season. Last season's MVP coming up and showcasing why he is the guy to talk about. 35 goals and 32 saves to go with his 13 assists. This guy is the guy. He's the main man. Meanwhile, let's not dismiss his teammates. Nelly being an absolute defensive stalwart alongside Rydog. Rydog coming up with clutch saves whenever he can. And he also does a great job of laying the foundation for both Nelly and Loy Boy. So don't be surprised if Nelly starts to get involved in the goals more often as well. And let's not forget about Piglet. Piglet, who hasn't appeared too much, but when he does, he gets himself involved in the goals. So don't be surprised if he's the cleanup guy yet again. Meanwhile, for El Matador, it's kind of a similar way the team's set up. Luis is the star man. He is the numero uno. He is the guy who does everything. He may not have the numbers that Loy Boy has, but he's still a damn good player. Coming up with the goals, making big saves, kicking off attacks on his own. I mean, he is one of the big reasons as to why El Matador is still able to keep up. But he also has Indestructible, aka Gnostics, in the Twitch chat to thank, because Gnostics has been an absolute revelation for El Matador this season, and they needed him to step up as well, since most of their title-winning players from last season moved on to EM Dallas Burn. He has stepped up big time alongside Skyline, and because of their chemistry, those two have played together for a long while. They're able to finally translate that into this team in El Matador, and they have been able to take their gameplay to the next level. And last but not least, Kuv. Kuv has been that player who surprises you with what he could deliver. On paper, he's probably the worst player in this matchup, but if he makes an appearance, don't be surprised if he has a part to play, especially if he can get a game winner like he did against ECRC last week. So we are just about ready to go. Both teams are in, and we are about to kick off very soon. I know we didn't get to see any predictions for the channel points. Yeah, we don't have any predictions, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. But chat, if you're in here, let us know your predictions for this matchup. In all honesty, I think Timbers Army, you're going to see them off. Anytime it goes far, they do a great job of seeing it off. And here we go. We'll see how far this goes between Timbers Army and El Matador as game one kicks off. For Timbers Army, you have Loy Boy, Nelly, and Piglet. No Rydog at this moment, but it's still a formidable trio. For El Matador, their strongest trio right here, Indestructible, Luis, and Skyline. And unfortunately for them, they have had the worst possible start. Indestructible trying to play towards Skyline, but Loy Boy getting the jump and beating him to the ball. Directs it into the open net. Luis nowhere to be seen, picking up the boost on the flank, and he's just not able to get to the ball on time. Great start for Timbers Army. 1-0 to the boys in green. Ooh, Loy Boy trying to go for a second. Low shot. Skyline saves it from Piglet. That brings it over to the other end. Nelly clears it up. Two players coming up. Luis has to bail out. Uses all his boost to pick up the corner boost on his end. And EM have to restart. Serrano, welcome aboard, Serrano. It's been a while. I was surprised that you weren't here earlier, but there you go. He said, I'm trying to spread misinformation. And I guess he's saying that about Debit. Well, you know what? Let's worry about that later. Right now, Timbers Army leading El Matador 1-0. Looking pretty good. Piglet lofting it up to Loy Boy. Trying to go for a second with zero boost. Indestructible, though, gets the demo on Nelly. And now Luis kickstarts this attack. Gets this air dribble going. Gets the reset! On the goal line! Piglet with a massive save. Keeps this 1-0. And El Matador, they have the chance right there. They got to get it going again. Indestructible big 50. Gnostics is not able to do enough. Luis keeps it up. Reverses to the ball. Nelly pops it up. Loy Boy beats him. This is going into the opposite end. Surely this goes in. No, it doesn't. Nelly with 0 boost just cannot get enough. And now they need to defend this. And they do just enough. Lloyd Boy sees this off. Oh my goodness, what a sequence right there between these two sides. I thought that was going to be an El Matador goal for sure, but Timbers Army, if there's one thing they're good at, it's that clutch defending. But right now, they need to recover. Luis beats 2, off of the ceiling. Powers it out to the backboard, and his teammates are back there. They clear it out. And now Lloyd Boy trying to go for a musty. Doesn't get a clean contact. Uh-oh. Ball pops up in a dangerous spot. Indestructible barely gets there with 0 boost. But now the team needs to regroup. Skyline's the only one back there. Gnostics needs to get there with little boost. Whatever he was able to pick up was just enough. Good pass though by Piglet, but Lloyd Boy bails out. Trying to get back there, but a bit too late. Luis beats 1. Cannot get to Piglet though. Piglet gets the clearance. Now Skyline follows it up. Off the corner. He lets it go. That bump though, not good. Piglet towards the net. Lloyd Boy's trying to follow it up. He cannot get it in. Nelly on target. That should have been 2-0 to Timbers Army, just like before. But for now, they have Lloyd Boy to thank as he is wasting time right here with that dribble. Oh no, what a pinch. This is going towards the opposite end. Nelly though sees it off. Shot by Indestructible. Nelly off of the goal line yet again. And it's still 1-0 to Timbers Army as we enter the final 90 seconds. How is this still 1-0, chat? This is absolutely insane. El Matador have had so many chances in these recent seconds and minutes. And yet, Timbers Army have held on. Might they be able to get a second? Might they be rewarded with all their defending? We shall see. Right now, El Matador looking a little bit disheveled, but Indestructible has the boost to bring this forward. Gets his air dribble going, tries to get a reset, gets met by 2 Timbers Army players, and now Lloyd Boy the third comes in. 2, try and take over. Luiso just gets it away from him, gets the mid boost as well. Skyline trying to kick it off. Indestructible now takes over. Timbers Army now need to regroup. They need to see this off again. Big pitch into the middle. Not a good spot for Skyline, who needs to go back. He doesn't even have boost to get up there. Multi attempt again. Double near boost. It's Lloyd Boy magic yet again. What a setup. What a finish. What a goal by Lloyd Boy for Timbers Army. And there's the banger. It might not be the banger Debit was looking for. He expected a Skyline banger to come in, but Lloyd Boy has delivered the magic. And could this be game 1 going to Timbers Army? So far, Lloyd Boy is playing like he's a man possessed, just doing everything possible to overcome this team. El Matador have tried their best to get even 1 goal in, but they have not been able to do much more, and they have overcommitted themselves. Surely game 1 now can be sealed. Piglet gets the third. Game 1 to Timbers Army. What a game 1. I mean, this was really close until Lloyd Boy broke the dam with his insane solo goal. And Timbers Army take the initiative. 3-0 in game 1. Let's see how El Matador responds in the next game. So, just as a heads up, there may be a bit of an additional delay. We are going to be remaking the lobby. There were a few rubber banding issues for a few different players. So, just to make sure they get a more stable gameplay, we're going to be remaking the lobby. So just bear with us for a sec. Meanwhile, looking at the post-game stats, just reflecting on that game one, the real difference maker at the end of the day was Loyboy coming up with that big second goal and really turned the game on its head on his own. But I also recognize the insane defensive effort from Timber's Army. Nelly coming up with three huge saves. Those 2 saves that he made, particularly from that shot from Indestructible, when it was going towards the opposite post. I mean, that was incredible. He was inside his own goal, ready to go for that. Absolutely clutch from him. And it's those things that add up and contribute to your team's victory at the end of the day. All right, the lobby is now back up. We're just gonna wait for both sets of players to join and get ready to go. Serrano in chat saying Umamusume game of the year. Hey, maybe best mobile game of the year, but that's about it. I'm not surprised they got nominated, and I would be surprised if that game doesn't win mobile game of the year. Not gonna lie. All right, enough chatter about horses and all. We are going to move on to Game 2 in Forbidden Temple. Both teams are in. We are just waiting for kickoff. And here we go. No substitutions from either side. It's the same trio. Can Timber's Army extend their lead and go into match point, or will El Matador be able to bounce back? The key for El Matador here will be to get that first goal. As we've seen in that game one, when Timber's Army get the first goal, they're able to be more comfortable with their game, and they're able to set themselves up defensively as well. If El Matador can get that first goal, they might be able to cause Piglet and Nelly to kind of start committing a bit more and get a bit more desperate with the gameplay potentially, although I would not say that about them either. They've done a great job of keeping themselves composed as well when the going has gotten tough. With that said, naturally, when you're chasing, you're going to commit higher, you're going to leave more gaps open, and that's where El Matador can punish you as well. So far, though, great defending for both teams. Loyboy, 0 boost, hanging at the backboard. A double challenge right there to make sure Luis cannot get a shot into the goal. Now Indestructible touches this down. Skyline going for it. Indestructible in an awkward position. Does eventually see this off, gets the boost. Loyboy trying to go for another solo effort, just doesn't get enough power, and it gets cleared out to the midfield. Ooh, a big 50 right there, though, from Luis. 0 boost. He cannot get the second touch. He's going for the bump, but Loyboy launches himself up. He doesn't even need much boost to get high. That's all he needed to get up and clear the ball away. Luis once again, nice touch, beats 2. Just has Loyboy to face. Trying to go for the flip reset, gets that towards the net. Loyboy near post save. No surprises right there. El Matador, though, they're keeping this up. Timber's Army kind of pinned back right now. Nice slow play there by Indestructible. Loose ball. Loyboy first to the ball yet again and gets it cleared out. Skyline recycles possession. Tries to go for a center. Doesn't really get much out of that. And now he needs to go back because Loyboy is advancing the ball. Loose, though, and Luis finally gets it out. I think the big difference in this match has been Loyboy so far. Every time he advances that ball forward, El Matador just get pushed back. They cannot engage with him quickly in the midfield, and Loyboy has basically caused this El Matador team to get themselves far back. So when they need to attack, they cannot really open up this Timber's Army side, because by the time they come forward, Timber's Army are back. And that's what Loyboy is all about. When he gets going, he and his team are unstoppable. What a pass to Nelly. Free jump, though, and he's not able to get there. Great 50 by Piglet. Brings it forward. Indestructible to Luis, and both Loyboy and Nelly are back there, and I guess that kind of highlights it. When Loyboy and Nelly get their job done, after bringing the ball forward, Piglet can come up and challenge, and they're back by the time El Matador is trying to get a quick attack going. So really, El Matador's best hope is for an individual play. As for Timbers Army, they're looking comfortable. If they just keep it going like this, they'll eventually get a goal. Luis doing all he can to bring it out to the flanks. That touch is just enough to get him off his mojo, and now he has 0 boost. He needs to get back. Pass 1-2 between Loyboy and Piglet. Cross wires between Skyline and Luis. Indestructible gets demoed. Loyboy shot towards the net off of the crossbar, and Luis finally gets to see it out. Ooh, nice attempt right there by Luis to cut and get that quick fire shot. Just not able to get it with low boost. And Loyboy gets enough time yet again to build up an attack. Luis fakes him out. Skyline, 0. Passes to Luis towards the middle. Indestructible trying to go for the final touch. Cannot really get that. And a good clearance yet again from the boys in blue. Now it's interesting. Yesterday we had all of the Emerald City teams play. Today we have all the Portland Timbers teams play. So Axe and Rose got their match done 2 hours ago. They got swept by Steel Army. Timbers Army leading after a 3-0 Game 1 win. But right now, this Game 2, whilst they've had control, has been tight. 0-0. But Timbers Army had the better chances. And what a save from Indestructible off of Nelly's shot. And now Luis beats Nelly. Loyboy, though, coming back. He has full boost. He has control. He gets the air dribble going. Beats Skyline with it. And now Nelly shot towards the net. Off of the post. Follow up by Loyboy. What a save by Luis. And he gets it across, gets the boost. Might he be able to get a counterattack going all on his own. Solo effort. Does not get the redirect. Skyline high up. Luis has to bail out. He has no boost to follow this up. And it's still 0-0. And chat, might we be going to overtime? Or might one of these teams get a game winner? Still up. Finally goes down. Game 2. OT, 0s across the board. Here we go. Who is going to win this critical Game 2? It's incredible to see how well El Matador defended this. Loyboy has been on a roll, and when you're facing a team that is on a roll like this, sometimes you just have to bunker down and play it safe, and they've done a good job of that so far. What a center towards Nelly. Indestructible though, meets him first. Doesn't have much boost to follow this up. Gets the demo at the back. Open net. Luis towards the near post. Nelly barely makes it. Soft touch by Loyboy. Gets up the challenge. Nelly up there too. Piglet holds on. Piglet clears. Timbers Army are out of their area. Yeah, Luis with low boost. I think that's one of their struggles in this game too. They're just not able to get the boost back and keep that pressure going, because Timbers Army does a good job of picking up all these boosts. And they also have to respect Loyboy, because whenever he gets on the ball, they don't have the time to pick up the boost. They need to get back into their defensive positions. Flip reset attempt by Luis. Really not going anywhere. It just goes towards the Timbers Army players. Now Loyboy kicks off yet again. Going off the corner. Off the backboard. Boost. Shot. Piglet gets the game winner. Just like that. And Timbers Army win Game 2 with 1 goal. And that's all they needed to take a 2-0 lead into Game 3. I mean, El Matador tried. They tried so hard to hold on tight. Luis getting 6 shots on his own as well. They've had a couple of decent chances, but this Timbers Army team held on tight. Loyboy didn't need to get a goal. All he had to do was provide that assist. That demo from Nelly meant that Skyline was all on his own, and he had to deal with a powerful shot from Piglet, and that's it. That's all it took for Timbers Army, was for all 3 of them to push up. Once El Matador ran out of boost, and now here we are in Game 3. And Timbers Army are now going to be with a chance to sweep this El Matador team. This El Matador team that's been on a roll with a couple of big victories over KC Cauldron and Emerald City RC. They're now facing an imposing blue wall here, established by Timbers Army. It would be a miracle if they could even get a game win here, given how both teams have played. But you know what? We've seen El Matador come back from situations like this in the past. For them, though, they really need everyone to step up. And they also need a bit of luck to go their way as we kick off Game 3 in DFH Stadium. Here we go. Shogun announces the kickoff. Match point for Timbers Army. Can they finally get their big win over here and seal themselves at the top of the table going into the second week of our cup matches? Or will El Matador keep this matchup going with a Game 3 victory themselves? And there you go. I didn't even need to commentate that. Timbers Army did all the work for me. Beautiful aerial there by Piglet, getting there first. Beats the El Matador challenger, and all Nelly had to do was just tap it into the back of the net. I said it earlier in Game 2. Whichever team gets the first goal gets the momentum. El Matador needed to get the first goal here, but now Timbers Army take the lead, and they're going to be taking control very soon, as you can see right here. This 1-0 lead very early on. You know, some might say, okay, you have a lot of time, you can come back. Absolutely. But this Timbers Army team has been an absolute blow wall. And on the attack, they've been providing moments of magic. Lloyd Boy going across, trying to go for a second, bails out. Piglet, low double into the back of the net. They don't need Rydog to be at their best. Piglet has stepped up big time. And now Timbers Army lead 2-0 in Game 3. I mean, Devin says in the chat as well. You know, the defense is packing it. Because of that, they need more dangerous chances than Luis's solo shots. And you know what? They also probably need to solidify themselves defensively, because what did I just see right there? So Nelly got a pass from Lloyd Boy. He took a shot to the far post. Lloyd Boy then saves that shot. But Nelly's there to put it into the back of the net, so at the end of the day, it's the same end result. We just got a bit more flair along the way. For El Matador, though, oh my god. I mean, those first two games were so close for so much time. In Game 1, Lloyd Boy, you know, basically got the floodgates open. In Game 2, it took an OT win. And in Game 3, guess what? Lloyd Boy got the floodgates open. Caesar, the chat comes in and says, pack it up, they doing tricks on it. Yeah, it kind of feels like that, doesn't it? Still a lot of time, but this Timbers Army team now looks super duper comfortable. I think they're ready to sweep this El Matador team. Oh my goodness, Lloyd Boy trying to go for a musty off the floor. Just couldn't get it on target, gets off the post. Now they're trying to clip farm on this El Matador team. I mean, for the past 3 weeks, this El Matador team has been getting some big upsets, absolute cinema moments, and now they're getting toyed with. It's just incredible to see. Posey saying, they're missing the Couve anchor? Oh yeah, maybe, but I don't know, bro. This Couve anchor is probably gonna get, you know, pulled aside as well. This Timbers Army team is an absolute force right now. Being inspired by Lloyd Boy to play at this level. And now they're just chilling. No pressure, no worries. They're not even try-harding. They're just vibing right there. El Matador, though, oh my goodness. They are second best in it every single moment. To think a team with Luis and Indestructible would get this like comprehensively dominated on. It's just insane. Might we see a goal back though for El Matador? A goal is all it takes for them to spring a comeback. Good back pass to Indestructible, but he decides to play it slow and restart the attack off the corner. Two challengers, why not? Lloyd Boy and Nelly both going up. Nice second touch right there. Piglet trying to follow up, gets beaten, and Skyline unfortunately gets bumped by Indestructible, his teammate. And here we go again. Solo effort. Lloyd Boy bails out, tries to go for a pogo, misses. Nelly lets it go. Piglet tries to go for a shot. Nelly tries to clean it up. And now Lloyd Boy centers it to no avail. And El Matador get away with conceding a fourth. Everyone came up. Indestructible spawned a bit too late. Nelly gets it into an open net. Chat with 1 minute 22 seconds to go. Timbers Army are up 4-0, and dare I say it, that is game, set, and match. We were talking about El Matador and, you know, how they could potentially have tied at the top of the table if they're able to sweep Timbers Army. That was just a slight possibility, like a, you know, not impossible, but improbable for sure. Meanwhile, here we are seeing Timbers Army sweep El Matador. They're going to be extending their lead at the top by 5 points before Frontera Crow play against KC Cauldron on Friday. As for El Matador, this is a big reality check for them. And you know what? At least they get a consolation. Even if there is a bit of an assistance for them, Luis brings it to the middle. Nelly puts it into the back of the net. Piglet caught off guard. I'm sure that's not an intentional own goal. That was just Nelly rushing back to get to the ball and Piglet just in no man's land. With 45 seconds to go, I doubt El Matador will be able to come back from here. But, you know, stranger things have happened. And yeah, I think that says it all, doesn't it? So, as I was saying earlier, El Matador, they get a reality check. You know, gravity snaps right back on, and now they realize it'll take a lot more to basically fight for the championship, especially with how good Timbers Army have been this season in the league. Maybe the cup might be a better route to success for them. I mean, they were in the final for the cup last season and got swept by Timbers Army. They did win the league, though, back then. This time they might need to focus on the cup. As for Timbers Army, though, they're looking incredible right here, showing why they are the league favorites this season. Even without Rydog, who, by the way, is in chat talking about how his team is so good and how much he loves them. You absolutely should. This team has stepped up. They have gotten a well-deserved sweep over El Matador. It's not a bad night if you're a Portland Timbers fan trying to support your boys in both the championship and the Premier. Axton Rose got swept by Steel Army, but Timbers Army have responded in kind and have swept El Matador 3-0 in the Premier. Incredible matchup right here by Timbers Army. Well done. They saw it off after that incredibly tight game 2. I felt like El Matador's best opportunity was then to at least put some pressure. But once that game 3 started, you just knew it was going to be game over for El Matador. Timbers Army coming off hot, getting that early first goal, getting that insane second. Piglet adding it on, and that's it. Game over. Skyline, I don't even know how you have the willingness to donate 100 bits to SGL. I thought you might not be so willing, but appreciate your generosity, bro. Thanks so much. Skyline in chat saying, hoping these bits will get us on central servers. I mean, next time when you match up against them, sure, we'll see. It'll be a long way away, though. Yeah, just looking at the scoreboard, and I noticed Skyline was just... Skyline is Total Toadster, by the way. So if I keep saying Skyline, I'm referring to Total Toadster. I mean, he was just played off the park, just barely able to get involved. 23 touches compared to his teammates having 32 and 39 respectively. You know, even though Luis got a goal, he even struggled to like impose himself here. That Timbers Army team really popped off. Incredible team effort from all these boys right there. 2 assists each from Piglet and Loy Boy. I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? 4 goals, 4 assists. Not a single solo goal. One of the Loy Boy assist was a little janky, but you know what? It's still an assist. It worked out at the end of the day. Caesar asking the right questions in chat. Asking, where is Kiwi? Yeah, good question. Where is he? I thought he'd be around, but you know what? Still waiting for him to make his first appearance. We saw it yesterday when Overtime Saint made his first appearance in Season 10. And he did it with a bang, too, against Emerald City RC. We're just waiting for Kiwi to get back in and get involved. But for now, we will be going into our first interview. No surprise as to which team's going to be going first. It will be Timbers Army, and we will be having one of their players coming in very soon. And there he is. Nelly, welcome on in for this interview. What a match. That was probably your best performance as a team this season, and you did it without Rydog as well. How are y'all feeling after that sweep?
We are feeling really good. Piglet came out and showed out for the team, and it was just an absolute blast. So, couldn't be happier to get the win, and couldn't be happier to get Piglet on the field again, doing what he does best. So it was a good win.
Absolutely. And, speaking of Piglet, I mean, he came up and delivered big. This was like his first full match since the week 1 matchup against Frontera Chrome. You guys lost that in 5, but you guys came up here and swept this El Matador team that was on a roll. And let's focus on Piglet real quick right here. How did he elevate his game to a point where he could basically be playing such a big part in getting all those goals and, dominating against the CM side? Like, what did he do to get to this point?
What's funny is before the series started, Piglet was talking to us in our Discord saying how he feels like he's been really bad at the game recently, and obviously we were telling him no way, that's not the case. But there was a minor tweak to the strategy headed in. Me and Piglet play very similar. We play very similarly to the point that we are always in each other's space. So I just kind of said, like, hey, Piglet, you go do your thing. I'm going to hang back a little bit more, kind of play the Rydog role, for lack of a better term, and let him do his thing. And he shined in that spot. So it was really good to see.
In all honesty, you say you played a bit more of a Rydog role, but you all stepped up and you all rotated really well to the point you didn't have a dedicated third man. Is this something that naturally develops, or have you guys been practicing this?
No, that's probably me not playing the Rydog role effectively. Because that's what I said I was going to do, and I don't know, maybe I didn't do it to Rydog standard, but yeah, I guess
you
that's
did
on
great,
me,
sweetie. You did
okay,
great, sweetie.
Stop, bro, stop.
Yes, Rydog also joined a while
Rydog's
back.
here as well, but
Yes,
he couldn't stay out of the limelight.
Dude, I had to. No, Maz, you're insane at commentary, bro. I was listening to it on my drive back, and every time like something would happen, your tone would go up, and I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen? And then whatever happened. So good job, and obviously happy about the sweep. But yeah, this is about Nelly. This ain't about me.
No, this is about Piglet. It's not about me.
That's true. It is about Piglet. Piglet, go.
Also, I just want to say, me and Loyboy we're trying so hard to get Piglet to do the interview, and he wasn't about it. So that's me calling him out. Piglet, you have to do the next interview, regardless of if you play or not.
I second that as captain. So, sorry.
Well, we'll see if he even shows up. I mean, if he does, we'll give him some room in the booth.
Oh, he's always here. Don't you worry.
Fair? Cool. All right, so we talked about Piglet. We talked about you. Let's talk about Loyboy, because he had that insane, musty double tap off the backboard that exploded Game 3 and basically meant that you guys were able to convincingly see off El Matador. I mean, my reaction was, I was blown away by it. How'd you guys feel when you saw that?
I mean, me and Piglet were, as you could probably assume, we're going nuts in the Discord. Was it Game 3? I don't remember being Game 3. I thought it was a different game, but
it was Game 1, wasn't it?
I was pretty sure it was. Yeah, I thought it was Game 1 too. Regardless,
yeah, the second goal. Yeah, that was what he did. Sorry.
It did feel kind of like a momentum shift. Like when you concede a goal like that, speaking from personal experience in private matches against the boy, it is a bit of an ego killer or a confidence killer. You're like, damn, that's what I got to go up against. That sucks. at least for me, at someone of a little bit lower skill level, that's kind of the way it makes me feel. So maybe that there was some of that in their comms as well, but it almost kind of felt like from that point on we were kind of just having a good time and playing some good Rocket League.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
will
And
say though, he got carried in Game 3, and I won't have any other. I won't have it any other way.
So it's a
Carried
good thing
by
you brought
Piglet.
up that game too, because there was that one particular goal where it looked like he stole your goal, but then still worked out at the end of the day. Come on, that was not intended, was it?
Oh, that was 100% intentional. Yes, he just wanted to get the assist.
He was
No, I'm joking.
already getting the assist.
I'm
though.
joking. No, he was trying to steal it. There's kind of been, I'll let you in a little bit behind the scenes. There's been an attempt this season from us to reverse the roles of last season to get Loy Boy Golden Boot, and I'm gunning for whatever the assist award is. So that was, I guess, what was probably going through his mind, and he just missed. There's no other way to say it. But I can't just let it go. I got to put it in the back of the net. So.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, you got him that assist, so he's now in contention for that golden playmaker.
True that.
You got yet another goal, so there you go.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the day, though, that game 3 was so insane. Like, you guys were basically clip farming and stat padding at that point. But you know what? I think that's how comfortable you guys looked out there. You guys had an insanely dominant performance. How do you guys see this? How do you guys see this in the grand scheme of things? I mean, El Matador was on the up. They were looking better. You guys just convincingly saw them off. What does this mean in terms of your momentum in the league this season?
Yeah, I mean, in the regular league, cup aside, we haven't lost since week 1, where we lost in the best of 5 against what was the number 1 team up until, I think, last week, right? So yeah, we feel like we're kind of on a hot streak right now. Obviously, we believe we're one of the best teams in the league, and we have what it takes to take the ship. That's what we're focused on this year. We got the cup last year. We're going for the ship this year. So hopefully we can just keep riding the wave and keep getting some more wins week after week. So fingers crossed there. We'll continue to grind in the background, but yeah, feels good. Feels good to beat the champs.
Oh, absolutely. And, this is a big win for you guys as well, because next week we're going back into the cup to the second week. You guys are in the lower bracket facing off against Emerald City RC in a do-or-die matchup. So I know you guys said you're going to take it easy in the cup, but it's Emerald City RC. Are you guys actually going to take it easy against them?
I don't think we've discussed it yet. You're absolutely correct in the fact that it's ECRC, and there's always a rivalry there. So I don't think we're gonna shift too much from our original cup game plans, but we'll probably lean forward just a little bit more, just due to the fact that it is ECRC, and you're right, it is win or go home. So we want to play more Rocket League at the end of the day. So we're definitely gonna go in expecting to win. We've already beaten ECRC once this season. We can definitely do it again. So hopefully we'll come out on the right end of that matchup and keep our cup run going as well. But definitely looking forward to getting all 4 of us involved, and especially in some extra game modes. It'll be a good time.
Absolutely, for sure. Okay, one final question before I give you the floor. Given how good you guys have been doing overall, you guys are going for the league. Looking into the matchups coming up ahead after the cup week, what do you guys think? What matchup do you guys look forward to now? Like, you're going to be facing EM Dallas Bird in week 7, Lasico Dose in week 8. In week 9, you guys are facing off against Sounders RC. Like, I'm just giving you like a few matches to look forward to in the first 3 weeks. But after here, what's the next team you're looking forward to playing against?
Probably looking forward to beating Dallas Burn, just to put Caesar in his place. I see him talking about me in the chat. But other than that, it's always fun to play the Seattle teams. Definitely have the Chrome matchup circled, because we feel like we're better than that team, and we should have beat them the first time around. So I think the second time here we'll be on a West server. I guess it doesn't matter. We're on a West server anyway. Can't blame the server, I guess. But we're looking forward to playing. We're looking forward to playing Chrome again, just so we can get the story straight. The matches against ECRC and KC Cauldron are what are probably going to determine the output for Timbers Army this season, where we end up. So those are the big games. We're looking forward to those, and we're just looking forward to playing every week. So
there you go. Now, before I do give you the floor, Nelly, I mean, right on. You said you were watching this as you were coming back home, right? What do you think of that team performance at the end of the day?
I was mostly listening to it, just because I was driving, and obviously don't want to do that and drive at the same time. No, but I'm stoked. I was thinking about the league table before this and thinking like, what is obviously going to be the best like result for us, and obviously sweep would do that. There's a lot of chaos. I have it actually pulled up on my other monitor here. There's a lot of chaos in the middle of the bracket, where you have a Chrome versus KC Cauldron later this week, I presume, basically for second place. But then if Cauldron wins that, then there's like a number of teams tied at 4-2. But then you have an ECRC, which might, is like 3-2 at the moment, or I guess they played yesterday. So like, there's a lot of like junk's the wrong word, but a lot of just craziness happening in the middle. And so that's why I really wanted to win tonight. Just because we're not now included in that. We're kind of that for another week. But overall, I'm super proud. I heard Piglet's name a lot, and I was super stoked in the car, just cheering for him and cheering for the guys. And so I'm stoked. We're just gonna take it week by week. Yeah, Cups next week, so it'll be just super fun to get the extra game modes in there. And yeah, we gotta. I know we obviously didn't play super great in the first round of the cup, so obviously we're gonna want to step that up a little bit. But I have faith in the team, and obviously if Kyle can play like that and the whole team can play like that every single week, then we'll be league champs in no time.
Big time. There you go. And yeah, you guys have the momentum on your side. Let's see if you guys can keep it going. For now, I'm gonna leave the floor to you both. Go ahead, give your shout out, say what you want to say. And yeah, there you go.
big shout out to all of the Timbers Army crew, just to get things started here. Shout out Lowboy, shout out Piglet, shout out Rydog for driving home safe and missing the series. I don't know if Mama Rydog was in the chat tonight, but shout out to Mama Rydog. That's the team manager right there. She just doesn't know it. And then big shout out to all the Timbers Army fans in chat, the Axe and Rose. Thanks, Maz, for calming and streaming, and thanks to Debit behind the scenes today. A little role reversal there. Kind of fun, but we go next. It'll be good. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I'm obviously super appreciative of the team. Our schedules have been really weird, just with people working different schedules, and so trying to schedule games has been a little bit tougher this season, I think, than prior seasons. But I appreciate the flexibility for the team. Obviously tonight I couldn't be on the field, and but obviously super stoked for the result. And of course, yeah, shout out Mama Rydog, of course. Shout out my team. Shout out UMass always for streaming and calming. And shout out EM. They're insane. This was like just a small roadblock for them. I have no doubt that they're gonna bounce back next week because they've been on a roll as of late. So yeah, GG's, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. GG's. Big win for you guys. Good luck on your cup matchup next week against ECRC. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you have it. That was an incredible interview. Just hearing the confidence in their voices makes me realize these guys are not going to have anything put them down. They had a few tough moments in the past couple of seasons where when they face a bit of adversity, their heads would just kind of drop. This season, none of that. These guys are on an absolute roll. They've had 2 Game 5s, saw them both off with incredible statements. And here, they make an incredible statement again with a big sweep against El Matador. Now, we're not done with our interviews. We have a second interview coming up. So, for El Matador, welcome on in. Gnostics, aka Indestructible Gnostics. You were here commentating both matches yesterday, and now here I am interviewing you. Tough loss, by the way. How are you guys feeling at this moment?
Yeah, as Skyline put it best, we didn't win in score. We won Actually, I forget what he said, but we had a good time. So, but I don't know what happened game 3. Game 3 was kind of a disaster. We had him. Okay, we lost the first game, and then the second game went into overtime, and we were playing pretty well. And then Loy Boy had a nice little double tap pass off the corner, and I don't know. I just think I don't know what happened game 3, but I think we showed that we can still compete with our, from our performance in game 2.
Oh yeah, and let's focus on that game 2 for a bit, because, as close as it was, and as much as they pinned you back, you guys still had a few decent chances. So, when you guys were taking your shots and they were not going in, was there just something in your head where you were thinking, maybe this just isn't our day?
I think it's just Thursday, 10 p.m. It's been raining for the past 24 hours. Everybody's kind of down. I've gone to 2 pre-Thanksgiving meals today, and I've taken a nap. So I think it's just the day.
Yeah.
But we definitely had opportunities. I remember one play, I demoed their last man, and I think Luis had a shot, but he just wasn't able to get it in. And then I had a shot on net. I went up for an aerial, and I was a little slow on it because I was trying to get my angle right. So I took my time with the angle, and because I took that little bit of time, it allowed the defense to get a 50. But if I had gone a little bit faster, I could have scored.
And it's an interesting point you bring up. Like, those moments where you guys were pushing up, trying to get a good look at their net, trying to get a good shot in, but every single time they're able to regroup themselves and see you guys off. So do you guys think that was different, that you guys were just a bit too slow, or is there something else that you can highlight as the difference maker here tonight?
Well, they were definitely a fast team. They were very aggressive. They would turn on balls a lot. Just me individually, I think I played kind of passive, and you can play passive against hyper-aggressive opponents, but if you do that, then your rotation has to be perfect. And there were times where our rotation wasn't perfect. And, that's just unfortunate. But there's no doubt that they're one of the fastest teams that we've played so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good thing you point out those rotations, because there were a few moments where your wires kind of got crossed, you kind of got in each other's way, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, here we go, they're going to concede. This is especially apparent in game 2, where somehow you guys were still able to recover and see them off. I mean, to be fair, they also weren't clinical enough for their finishing there too, but you guys were in it then. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. So, moving on. You guys, have gone to reality check against this Timbers Army team. You guys were winning, beating KC Cauldron and ECRC, both in the cup and the league. This is a sweep, though. You guys got, a convincing loss against you. How does it change your approach to future matches? Or does it change your approach at all?
No, I don't think it's going to change our approach at all. In fact, there's such a funny dynamic. We beat EM Dallas Burn, and EM Dallas Burn beat Timbers Army in the cup. So Timbers Army is in losers bracket for the cup. And there's also, this league in general, there are so many times where we've lost to teams, and then the team that we lost to a team that we beat. And I think I think we're 4-2 now. I think our record's 4-2, and both teams we lost to were on West servers. Luis at one point had 100 ping, and he might have carried that through all 3 games. But it's just something to look at. Maybe West servers are our kryptonite. So just because we've beaten teams that, or we've lost to teams that have, or we've beaten teams that have beaten teams that we lost to. I think we're just gonna play as we would any other game for the next ones.
Well, I know you say that, but this is your third loss. Yeah, 2 of your losses are against teams that played in the West, so you didn't have that home advantage, but your other loss was to Lysico Dose. So, I mean...
Oh my god, I must have blocked that out of my memory.
I'll let that sink in for a sec.
Please don't. Any other questions?
Yeah, okay. Moving on. At least you got the cup next week, right? And you're going to face off against EM Dallas Burn. Are you guys looking forward to that matchup after what happened tonight? Is that going to be like a way to just, I guess, get some stress out and enjoy the game?
It'll be redemption. It'll be a weight off our shoulders once we win. Not worry about it at all.
There you go. Hey, hopefully you guys can bounce back and give us an absolutely insane matchup against EM Dallas Burn. I think that's going to be one to look forward to. For now, though, before I give you the floor, Skyline in chat says that Lysico Dose game could have gone either way in that game 5. It could have, to be fair.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Don't know if you have anything else you want to add to that.
I don't. I'll save my words for whenever we win the cup.
All right, fair. So, I will leave the floor to you now. Gnostics, take it away. Say whatever you want to say.
Shout out Skyline. Shout out Luis. Shout out Skyline the philanthropist. That's so funny. Shout out to SGL and shout out to you for always doing such a good job. And shout out to Skyline with the 100 bits.
Oh my god, he did it again, didn't he? Oh man.
What was that, 800 for the week now?
900. Oh lord.
God. Insane. Yeah. I mean, we're just a content team, you know. We carry in other ways other than wins. So
I mean, I guess so, yeah. No matter what, we're going to be entertained one way or another, right? So, there you go. I know it's a tough loss, but next week, got the cup. Enjoy that. Have fun. And good luck against EM Dallas Burn. And we'll catch you then. Take care, Gnostics. Have a good night.
appreciate it.